SAUCONY Endorphin Elite 2, a super shoes that no other have it. How does it look like after 60 kilometers? Hello guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kevin, one of the Malaysia running YouTuber. It's been a while I'm making some YouTube video because of my busy time schedule, working, family life, running, some travels all around. So basically my past 3 weeks, I'm not really doing anything much review about the pair of running shoes. But right now I'm going to review about this pair of running shoes. This is the SAUCONY Endorphin Elite 2. This is after 60 kilometers. I'm using up to 16 kilometers rather than the first impression that I'm used on this pair of super shoes. For me, this pair of super shoes is no other super shoes in the market right now can behave like this pair of shoes. It's very soft and squishy. It's really soft and really squishy. Once you wear on it, the pair of shoes, the first thing that I found out when I'm walking with this pair of shoes is very soft and squishy. But once I run on it, it's totally transformed to another pair of running shoes. Before we start, full disclosure, this pair of shoes is purchased by my own money, 1,299 ringgit. So all the review, all the opinion that you watch on this video is my own opinion. So let's start with some numbers of the shoes. For my size, US 11, the shoes weigh at 232 grams, giving the shoes with a huge amount of stack height on the back, that is 39.5. For the forefoot is 31.5 millimeter. So the shoes 8 millimeter drop from heel to toe. At the midsole, using the brand new compound that is called as an incredible run, that is using the material called TPEE foam. It's very soft and really squishy, but provide a lot of energy bounce every step that you step on it. Even though it's very squishy, but it's really bouncy. On the upper, using the very lightweight yarn material, is very transparent and very breathable. This upper material is not really absorbing any water, except the tongue and a bit on the heel collar. The heel, there's not much of the heel collar support. Basically, is a very soft heel collar and very comfortable. On the outsole, there's a almost full coverage of the rubber. On the front, there's two color, same as the back of the shoes. Some cut out to reduce some weight from the foam, and we can see some carbon fiber exposed. Same as here, some cut out to reduce some of the weight. And there's a exposed foam over here. So even though I ran with these shoes almost 60 kilometers plus, the foam is still quite good looking. For the fitting, the shoes fit a bit narrow. If you see the front, the shoes is taper down on the front and suddenly come out here. So the toe box is actually a bit narrow. Even though my feet is not that wide or not that slim, once I fit it, I found it a bit not much room for my feet. And one thing about the toe box over here, hear the sound, is really hard. If I bang something in here, the structure on the front actually is very steady. Even though the upper material is a very lightweight material, but on the front over here, it's very sturdy and steady to keep the shape of the toe box. And for the arch, it's a bit roomy, so it's accommodate people that having a medium arch or even flat foot can try on this pair, because the arch at here is not that much, but it's very wide over here. It's not a lot of running shoes or super shoes that will taper down on the arch, but at this arch there's some area, some space over here, so you're having a flat foot. Most probably you can try to fit in over here, but one thing is the toe box is quite narrow. So if you plan to get these shoes, I recommend go at least half size up from your normal shoes. If you fit your normal shoes quite tight, these shoes definitely you need to go at least half size up. How I use this pair of running shoes during my testing period, this 60-kilometer period. Basically, it's all fast workout. Even though I bring these shoes out for some slow pace, and I found out it's not really comfortable. So this pair of shoes, anything speed related, is this pair of running shoes. Or the fast pace, I ran a half marathon with it, and it's not a race, it's just a practice run. I run around 4:40 to 4:30, and the shoes really bounce a lot. On my first run is basically a 5-kilometer break-in. I did try to run a slow pace. Straight out of the box, when I step on it, the foam is very squishy. If you can see, I can squish the foam just using one of my finger. It's really squishy and like a marshmallow feel. If you are a person that like a soft and squishy shoes, this kind of shoes, the feeling, this is it. It's just like a marshmallow or too big pillow. The squishy is just like that. Once you step on it, it's like sinking in to the foam. It's really squishy. It's not comfortable when you're running at a slower pace, but once you pick up to a faster pace, when you're hitting hard on the shoes, the foam transform into another pair of shoes. It's just like a Newtonian fluid. When you put your hand in, you can easily put in through the fluid itself. But once you punch it, it suddenly become hard and you can't even punch through. This is how the foam react like. When you go slow, it's really squishy, like a marshmallow feel, and it's really unstable during that time. Once you run fast, when you hit hard on the shoes transform, the foam transform into another thing, and it will bounce it off to your next step. This is how the foam react. So on all my training is speed work using this pair of running shoes. But one thing when I'm running using this pair of shoes, especially taking some hard corner, the fast, hard, sharp corner, the shoes is really not comfortable and unstable. Because once I land on it, the shoes will bounce off. But I want to take some corner, the shoes will be going left or right. It's really unstable, especially when I land on the heel over here. It's really like collapsing left or right. But once I land on the forefoot, the shoes is bouncing off and perform really well. How about the upper? The upper is basically a very lightweight, breathable upper. Basically, you can see my finger moving from inside. It's basically it's whole all over. It's a yawn lightweight upper, and it's not absorbing any water. Before come to this review, I bring the shoes out for a rainy run so I can test out the grip and the absorbing of the water. The water seems like just absorbing on the lace and the tongue and a bit on the padding on the back. Even though the padding is very less on the back, I didn't encounter any heel slippage with the shoes. And the lace is just a bit too thick. If they can make it thinner, then we'll save much more weight. Just only the front part. The toe box here is a bit narrow, even though my feet is not that wide, it's just a normal fit, and I found it's a bit narrow over here, even though I didn't find any hot spot, but it's just crunching down all my toe over here. It's designed, it's tapered down over here, it's crunching down all my toe. After my half marathon run, once I take out my feet, I can feel that all my toe are actually is crunched together with all the print of each other after my half marathon run. So for the lace, for the upper is breathable, just only complaint is the narrow toe box. How about the outsole and the grip of the shoes? If you are a SAUCONY user, then you will know the grip is almost similar to all the other SAUCONY. When it's dry, it's quite okay, but once it's wet, it's a bit hard to get the grip. I bring the shoes out for different kind of run. What we call is a concrete with a cement with a bit oil. The shoes a bit slippery over there because it's a cement and it's a bit oil. I think every shoes will be filled over there. And at the tarmac, the grip quite okay for me. It doesn't provide me any much issue. But when it's wet, I can find the grip is a bit slippery, especially on the old tarmac with some of the rocky and some sandy. The shoes I found that having some trouble to get the traction in. Other than that, the shoes work really good. Just only some hard to get some traction when there's some sandy place and some hard rock. The shoe seems like slippage over there. Other than that, not much complaint. Even though it's rainy day, it's able to provide the grip that I want. What I like about the shoes, first thing first, is the form. The bounciness of the form is like no other pair of super shoes right now in the market bounce like this. It's really bouncing. It's like top top top. Every step when I run on this pair of shoes, I can feel the shoes is top 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 top. It's bouncing. Even you can hear the sound. It's really bounce a lot. The harder you hit the shoes, the harder it bounce. It really bouncing. Basically, if you are fans of bouncing shoes, this pair of shoes you might consider because it's bounce from starting until end. The second I like is the upper, the breathable upper, and doesn't have any heel slippage. The lockdown is really nice. The upper is super breathable. Basically, it's hold everywhere. Even though it have a very less padding on the back, the shoes fit really nice. There's no heel slippage, and the fitting just perfect. The thing that I like about the shoes is the toe off sensation. When I land on here, the toe off when I bounce off is really nice. You can see the shoes, the aggressiveness of the toe off is really a lot. Once land here, once you go to toe off, the shoes basically is like pop to the next step. What I'm not really like about the shoes, the first thing is the form. Yes, I said before, I like the form, I like the bounce, I like the ride of the form, but the form for me is a bit too soft. A very squishy marshmallow feel, too soft for me, especially when I'm going at a slower pace or when my leg is tired. The form is a bit too squishy or too soft for me. Next is the unstable of the shoe, especially taking some fast corner or running slower. The shoes is really unstable, especially when I landing at the heel side. The shoes is really wobbling when I step on it. Who should not buy the Endorphin Elite 2? If you are a heel striker, definitely this pair of shoes is not suitable. Who should not get Endorphin Elite 2? If you are a heel striker or over pronation, definitely this pair of shoes is not suitable. Because when you land on here, the shoes is really unstable, or if you over pronate, the shoes might break your ankle. Who should get the Endorphin Elite 2? If you are looking for a really soft and squishy with high response shoes, definitely this pair of shoes is suitable for you because it's really bounce and it's really soft. What's my thought on the SAUCONY Endorphin Elite 2? For me, this is a good pair of super shoes, but I won't bring this pair of super shoes up to my full marathon distance. Half marathon distance maybe is the max distance for me using this pair of running shoes because of the softness of the shoes. It's just too soft for me, for my liking. For half marathon distance, it's just nice because half marathon I still have energy to land on the forefoot. But in full marathon, once I starting my leg getting tired and fatigued, I will intend to land more on heel. So the shoes it become really unstable and I need to use much more energy to stable the shoes, especially at the full marathon, the last 10 to 5 kilometers. So I need to use much more energy to stable the shoes. But during that time, my body is really worn down. So if still need to use much energy to stable the shoes, I don't think I will run a good full marathon with this pair of shoes. For half marathon distance, I think won't be any big issues. So this is my thought on SAUCONY Endorphin Elite 2. That's all, and see you guys on the next video. Bye.